I know. On my life, this was the moment I've been waiting for. Last April, when we got his toy, I couldn't sleep at night because I would get so anxious and excited for him to show up in All Engines Go that I would be like shaking and I would be like nauseous. I don't play with this character. The special comes out. I woke up, my sister actually woke me up at 8 in the morning. I had zero spoilers. I slept with my phone all the way across the room because I didn't want to know if he showed up or not. There's that scene where Thomas and Nia are going over that bridge, and I pause for every character. So I see something green at the bottom of the bridge and I go, oh, is that Whiff? And I rewind because I like to see every character. By the way, it wasn't Whiff. Alright, so I'm watching this part with Maxine, and then they go over this bridge and someone's down there and I go, oh, is that Whiff? I pause. I rewind. That's not weird.
But with eyebrow raise and everything.
Yeah, but his eyebrow, he thinks he's quizzical.
Huh.
Is that weird?
I wonder if this is the way to City of Churro.
When I tell you I got up, oh my god! We were dead silent for a full minute. I walked across the room, stared at the door with my hand over my mouth. My sister, she was like patting my shoulder like, you gotta calm down. So I went back to the computer and I unpaused and I kept watching, and I was literally shaking out of excitement and happiness. I was insane. I was like, he's about to pull up and do something. So we get to that stage part and I hear this stupid ass whistle and he zooms past, and on my life, I recognized the whistle in such a short fucking amount of time that I paused when he was in the middle of the screen and I let out the loudest scream a human being has ever let out. I could be getting murdered with a chainsaw and drowned in acid and getting burned alive with a flamethrower, and I don't think I would have screamed nearly as hard and loud as I did when I saw that green rectangle swerve by like a fucking PNG on the screen. Oh my days. I literally, I had that shit paused for like 15 minutes and I was just looking at him, analyzing him. I need to tell you about the differences because I'm the studier. He's a far different shade of green than his box art. I will not fib. I actually liked the lime green a lot, but I think it might be because it's a side profile, but I don't really know because even the scene where he's under the bridge, he was a really dark green. That's why I said, is that Whiff? Also, you'll notice something beautiful. He has a black smoke box. Like, what? World's most randomest fucking feature to roll back to. The black smoke box like railway series, and like that shit looked good. Why did we see another angle of him? Also, the black funnel base that they drew him with on the box art is not there on the actual render in the show, which doesn't make that much sense because here he has a black smoke box, so it would go up there. So I don't know. Everyone and their grandma is pointing out the tiny itty bitty GWR and the tiny itty bitty little number 8. It doesn't even bother me that much. I think it's goofy. I think it's cute. I really don't care. He's a huge fucking green rectangle. I think he is so cute. I love him. What I am disappointed about, and I'm not like disappointed like angry, I'm just disappointed like, man, I wish that they did that other thing, is his eyes were changed from yellow to green and the wheels were changed from yellow to black. I was the biggest yellow wheeled All Engines Go duck believer on this planet. Everybody would get his toy and swap out the yellow wheels for black ones. I literally said, I think that the yellow wheels look amazing. I think the All Engines Go style is so bright and colorful. That is such a reasonable character design choice that they changed just for him. I love the yellow wheels on the toy. The cab roof and rivets are different on the toy than on his render. The cab roof seems to swoop down a lot lower and it reminds me of like later built 5700 class Pioneer tank engines. Also, the cab door is a way different shape. It's much more intricate, not to mention the 701 freaking rivets that they plastered onto him. Also, not to mention the wheel arches are entirely different. On the toy, he only has 2 of those, but in the show, he has all 3. Also, the handrails go above his face. That's what they should have done. I don't know why in the box art they don't go over his face. His face takes up like the whole fucking front of him, but on the show, his face takes up like a normal amount of what's supposed to take up, and there's room on top for the handrails to go over. And of course, let me bring up that he has his slip coaches with him. Such a random, like, I cannot believe that they even did that. I think that he was gonna have more of a role in the special, because tell me why he showed up twice and just the rest of the movie was so filler. Why was the Calliope chase scene like 15 minutes? Why was Gordon lost on his own railway? Gordon is like the boss of all the engines. He bosses them around. He knows what's right, what's wrong, what's left and right. I totally think that subplot should have or was going to be Duck and his slip coaches lost on the island, because he's never been there before. Gordon was pulling coaches, Duck was pulling coaches. Such an easy replacement. It reminds me of the Samson Sphere of Fireworks was actually Oliver's episode. Also the part where Gordon was lost in that tall grass area, I thought Duck was gonna pull up and be like, are you lost? Because I'm lost too. Let's help each other out. I thought they were gonna do some like friendship working together bullshit. I thought Duck, as well as every other engine in the show, was gonna pull up for one of the performances. There was like 14 musical performances at the end of the movie, and the crowd was like 20 people. Where's the engines? You're telling me James doesn't want to see that? You're telling me Emily doesn't want to see that? Gordon doesn't want to see that? Oh wait, I think Gordon was there actually. I forget. For what is possibly the last All Engines Go special, and what marks the 80th anniversary of Thomas and Friends, I mean the Railway series, you would think that they would put everyone in this reboot on the freaking audience. I also think that Duck having lousy appearances is nothing new at all. I'm more happy that he even exists for 2 seconds than I am upset that he exists for 2 seconds. I really do mean that. Every time I look at the picture of him, I smile. All Engines Go had me waiting on my toes for 2 seasons. In Big World Big Adventures, he kept showing up, but he wouldn't say a word. It took him forever to come back to the show in CGI. He made such a lousy cameo in a music video during the hit era, which he was absent from entirely. And even back in season 7, he showed up but didn't speak once. It's not new. And I feel like people get mad at this in a way where they're acting as if Duck writes himself. He's only a character. He's only an appearance in a show, a drawing on paper, writing on a book, words from a mouth, and love from a heart. He's a concept made up to bring joy to people, as much as any other character ever invented for this show. I think it's valid to be upset that he showed up and just like totally didn't do anything, but being mad at people who are excited to even see him is just really inconsiderate and not empathetic at all. You gotta remember that it's just a show and it's just characters, and the characters cannot write themselves. They cannot make themselves show up. Don't be mad at the player, be mad at the game. Don't be mad at people who like Duck, because they didn't ask for him to be abandoned 475 times. I just wanted to make this video because of course I would make this video. I'm like his #1 fan, or at least one of them. And I just wanted to put in my 2 cents because I think there's a lot of negativity about All Engines Go, and I enjoyed All Engines Go. I'm sad that it's over. I'm really sad that it's over. I loved seeing the characters in silly situations, and the animation was honestly getting so good. I know they announced something for 2026, but honestly that could mean anything. It could mean like a Flash website, it could mean a podcast, it could mean shorts. It doesn't particularly mean a show, but I'm excited to see what it is nonetheless.